Imagine finding a strange oval object in the grass. No label, no explanation. You crack it open anyway. Turns out humans have been making that exact gamble for 6 million years. Long before fire. Long before we knew what a chicken even was. Our ancestors just raided nests and ate whatever they found. Raw. No hesitation. So here's the question. Out of every egg on Earth, duck, goose, quail, even crocodile, why did one specific egg take over the world? Let's rewind. For most of human history, there was no default egg. People just ate whatever bird eggs were around them. Ancient Romans weren't picky. They ate eggs from many different birds. Duck, goose, pheasant, even peacock. And if you go back even further, one egg was the real prize. Not chicken, but ostrich. One ostrich egg equals about 20 chicken eggs. For a hunter-gatherer, that's not breakfast. That's an entire week of protein in one shell. Archaeologists in South Africa found campsites over 60,000 years old, buried in ostrich eggshell fragments. That's not a snack. That's a strategy. So if ostrich eggs were basically the ancient world's meal prep hack, what happened? Chickens happened. Slowly, quietly, and almost by accident. Somewhere in Southeast Asia, humans started keeping wild jungle fowl close to camp. Not for eggs, really. These birds barely laid any, maybe 10 or 15 a year, only in spring, same as any wild bird on a schedule. But humans noticed something. Some birds were calmer, some tolerated people. Some, for whatever reason, laid just a few more eggs than the rest. So, we bred those, generation after generation, century after century, and the bird changed. By around 800 BCE, chickens had made their way into Italy. Though weirdly, it still took a while before anyone actually considered eating their eggs. The chickens showed up before the omelet did. Here's where it gets almost sci-fi. Around 300 BCE, Egyptian and Chinese farmers figured out something huge. Artificial incubation. Warm clay ovens doing the job a hen normally does. No more sitting on eggs for weeks. Hens were suddenly free to just keep laying. That one invention quietly broke the entire system. Eggs got cheaper. Eggs got everywhere. And humans, being humans, said, "Great, let's never stop." Now here's the part that should mess with your head a little. Chicken eggs aren't special. Not nutritionally. Not biologically. They're not the best egg on Earth. They're just the easiest egg to mass produce. Which raises an uncomfortable question. Would you eat a pigeon egg? A crow egg? Probably not. And not because it's dangerous. You've just never been taught to see it as food. Try this thought experiment. Put a giant ostrich egg on your kitchen counter tomorrow morning. Suddenly, breakfast feels like a science experiment. Same category, same basic biology, completely different reaction. Because at some point, we stopped seeing eggs as nature's leftovers and started seeing them as products. And it's not just chickens who got caught in that system. Some cultures went the completely opposite direction. Take the Mossi people. To them, an egg wasn't just food, it was practically sacred. Steal one, and you weren't just stealing breakfast, you were stealing a future chicken that belonged to the entire community. That's not a food rule, that's closer to a law. Then, there's some Aboriginal groups in Australia who wouldn't touch an emu egg at all, not out of taste. Out of belief, some believed they were literally descended from the bird. Eating the egg would have felt less like breakfast and more like betrayal. Same object, same basic biology, completely different meaning, depending entirely on where you were born. So eggs were never just food. They were rules, boundaries, beliefs, which brings us back to that egg in the grass, the strange yellow liquid, the clear shell. Total mystery. Our ancestors cracked it open with zero context and just went for it. Thousands of years later, we're still cracking that same object open every single morning. Except now, there's no mystery left. Just muscle memory. A supermarket carton. A habit so automatic we forgot to ever question it. So, next time you crack one open, take half a second. You're not just making breakfast. You're holding 6 million years of trial, error, and one very lucky bird. If you enjoyed this video as much as you enjoy eggs, hit subscribe for more.